Okay, so able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in our yesterday's class, we discussed about informatic architecture, right? So and then what of
Sorry, I can see this GoToMeeting screen, the home page of this GoToMeeting.
are you able to see it now?
No, not yet.
Okay. Now, if you see, right, yesterday we discussed about informatic architecture and then what is the purpose of data warehousing and then where exactly we are using informatica and what is Power Center and all, right? Now,
Yes. Yes.
now we start with our first class today. That is how to create mappings and then everything. Okay. So
Okay. Okay.
I have opened Client tool and this is our repository. Just when you open a tool, right, here you will see three components. This is the navigator. Right click and connect. You will have the repository name. Provide your user ID and password and connect. So here you can see different folders, whatever the available folders. So here we will call it as a navigator, this window,
Now,
and under this window you can see the notifications here. Once you are
okay.
with the development of the code, when you are going to save, maybe if you have some coding issues or maybe some syntax issues, you may get error messages here, the notifications. And this is the
Okay.
work area. Actually we are going to do all the development work here. Now our batch is batch 77. Okay, we are going to do everything here. So right click here, select whatever the folder, maybe you are part of a sales folder or finance project. Select your particular folder, right click, connect.
Connect.
So just you are connecting to that folder, then right click and open. So you are going to open your work area. Here you are going to do the development now. Just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so here you are going to do the development. Now, see what is the purpose of Informatica. As yesterday we discussed it, right? We are going to load data from a source to target table. So
Target.
source table, where is your target table? And then coming to table, right? Always table will have a structure. It's a structured data, right? So
Yes.
if you connect to employee Oracle schema in the Oracle database. So let me write a simple query. Select star from EMP. Let's say the requirement is I want to load data from the employee table into. Okay, now the requirement is this is the data in the source table. Just a minute, I am trying to open a new session. Okay, now go to a target table. I have a target called TZT underscore EMP. So let me delete in this table. So now our requirement is I want to load data from the employee into
Into
target table.
target.
So let's say you have a database here. Now this is your database and you are going to have a table here. definitely your table will have some structure, right? The number of columns
Yes.
and whatever. The columns may differ and all. In the same way, see here we are going to have table in the same database, but in the real time you may have target in a different database, and here
Okay.
the target structure also may be different, the number of columns and whatever it may be. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
so when you want to load data from one table to another table, first we need to understand what is the source table structure. If you go to here,
Yes.
source table will have some structure. If you go and if you see, this is the structure of the table. It's going to have number of columns. These are the number of columns we are going to have. Now here, so first see, we'll understand. Here we are going to have three different areas. First we have a source analyzer. Okay. See, first what we are going to is, the first step is we are going to import source
For the source.
structure or source definition. We can call it as a definition. See, that source table will have a structure in the database, right? So
Yes.
what we are going to do, if I want to see the structure of the table, I am going to connect to the Oracle database. Then I am going to write a query, write describe table or a write
Discuss
the
table.
table.
Yeah.
So, but how Informatica communicate with your source database? In the designer, you are going to create a DSN. All this is we are going to do it in the mapping designer. The first step, we are going to create a DSN, nothing but data source name. How Informatica will communicate with your source database, right? So now where you will create this, you are going to create it in the source analyzer.
Source analyzer.
So in the source analyzer, in the mapping designer, the first step is we are going to create a DSN. What is the purpose of creating DSN is to import source definition.
Okay.
Okay. So now here if you see, if I click on source analyzer, here if you see, actually we are going to have 5 different work areas. If I click on here, it is showing source analyzer. You are going to do some activity here. This is your workbench. If you click on next icon, see, it is showing it as a target designer.
Target design.
In the same way, we have transformation developer and maplet designer. Forget about these two. We will discuss in the coming classes. The next one is mapping designer.
Mapping design.
5 areas. Now, if you go to source analyzer, if I click on source analyzer, see, I can see the tab as source. If I click on target designer, I am seeing it as a target here. If I click on map, the tab is changing. The options are changing. So now go to source analyzer. There is an option called sources. Click here. Import from database.
Yes.
So click here. Nothing but you are going to communicate with your source
database.
So how to communicate? Here we need to create ODBC connection. So here already I have something. Let's say if I want to create a new one, just click here. Okay, you can create system DSN or a user DSN. Just go and add whatever the name you want. You can provide it. So now I am going to create a DSN to communicate with ODBC for Oracle. Select, see, I want to communicate with Oracle database. Let's say if I want to communicate with SQL Server, go ahead and select. If I want to communicate with Netezza or different database, you will have all the database drivers here.
Okay.
Okay, so different databases. So now I am planning to communicate with the Oracle database. Select here, finish. So this is the one you have to select. Then the data source name. You can give anything. DSN underscore Oracle database underscore maybe user ID. Maybe if you want, you can give your batch name also. Whatever the name, if you want to give the meaningful name, you can provide. Okay. Then the service name. Nothing but your database name. What is your database name? ORCL, my Oracle database name in the system. Then test your connection.
Okay.
Here it is going to ask you the user ID and password. Okay, click OK. So it's DSN underscore Oracle maybe batch 77. Then service name ORCL. Then the port number it is asking 1521. Test connection ORCL. User ID Scott and whatever the password. Yeah, connection is successful. So with this information, you can communicate with your database. It's a one-time activity actually. Maybe if you are part of any project, right, the seniors will create for you because they don't want to give all the database user IDs and passwords actually.
Okay.
So it's created now using, see, you can have a number of connections in your system. So selecting, let's say I want to communicate with one database, you will have a DSN for this. Using the DSN, you can provide the user ID, then the password, click connect. Simply from Informatica, you have connected to your Oracle database.
Database.
Yes, and in the Oracle database, we have connected to Scott.
Tables.
The same way you are connecting directly from a third-party developer tools. So now, what is your requirement? I want to extract from the employee, right? Select employee table. Click OK. So the structure of the table from the database is imported.
Yes.
So how is the structure here? The number of columns, the data types, and everything, it is imported. In the same way, you can at a time, let's say if I want to import multiple tables, yes, you can import it. You can import n number of tables. Let's say I want to import employee and DPT. Select both by selecting Control key or Shift key. You can select multiple and click OK. See, it is showing already employees existing, right?
Existing, yes.
Yes.
You can either rename it.
Apply all to tables or replace or rename, whatever it may be. You can. So like this, when you are going to import tables, right, the DSN name will be under sources, then you will have the number of tables.
Okay.
Okay. In the same way, if you see, it's an empty folder. The first we have created a DSN, then we have imported two tables. Now,
Imported source, yeah.
Yeah. Now come to target. What is your target table? What is the structure of your target? Target is there in some XYZ database, DB2 database, or Netezza Teradata database. Again, go to targets, import from the database. Based on your target. Sorry.
Yeah, we connect to database and import the target table.
Yes, yes. Here we have only single database. All exercises we are doing on a same database actually. So
Oh,
using same DSN, you can communicate with you can connect. Then you can import your target database, target table. So my target table is TZTMP.
TTM.
Okay, click OK. See, it will be available under targets now.
Yes.
So in the source analyzer, you are going to import all your sources. In the target designer, you are going to import all your targets.
Target.
Okay. Now
Yes.
go to mapping designer. Forget about transformation and maplet designer. Go to mapping designer. Now you are going to create a mapping. Okay. Go to mappings, create the naming standards, right? You can give whatever the name you want, but the naming standards of the mappings will be in the real time is M underscore. All mapping names in the real time, any project, Informatica standard, it will starts with M underscore, whatever the business name. M underscore sales or M underscore finance or M underscore order details. Okay. So here I am going to do M underscore test. That is the mapping name.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you see, it's empty mapping. Just I provided a name to my program. Nothing is there. So here it's M underscore test. What is your requirement? I need to load data from my source EMP and then I need to load
To
data to my target. So now the first step is one-time activities. We have to create a DSN. Then we have to import source definition. Then in the same way we need to import target definition. Okay, the second one is we are going to create mapping. So these are the step-by-step process. First we need to import source definitions, then we need to have the target definitions. We are clear with what is our source and what is our target, where is our source database, where is our target table, how to connect source and target database, user IDs and passwords, everything ready. Just we have imported the source and target definitions. Definitions means it's an empty box. We are not importing data. It's an empty box. Just the structure of the table we have imported. Now we are going to create a mapping. That is the second step. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now I have given a name for a mapping. Then as per your requirement, select your source. See, just I am selecting and I am dragging and I am keeping in the mapping designer.
Okay.
Okay. So when you are dragging source right, automatically you will get one more object that we will call it as a source analyzer. Okay. Whenever you are dragging a source, right, let's say I'm going to drag the DEPT source, automatically you will get one more component that we will call it as a source analyzer. Okay, and if you want to delete after dragging, let's say unnecessarily I have dragged it, right, just select, click on the delete, it will be deleted from here, not from the sources, just from your workspace, because I don't want department component here, department source structure in my current mapping. Clear?
Okay.
And in the same way, then what is your target? This is the target, right? Drag your target. You will get target into here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here, very basic mapping, we have identical structures. The both source and target have similar structure. Just connect. From source, I am getting a employee number. The employee number I am planning to load it into employee number in the target table.
Number target table.
Like this, you have to connect, or at a time you can connect multiple. You can select, you can drag and drop.
Okay.
Just we are extracting. We don't have any transformation logic. Simply we are loading. Okay. Then once you are done with the mapping, go to repository, save it. You are done
Save.
with the development of your mapping. We have imported the structure of the course, we have imported the structure of the target, we have connected properly. Now we are going to save C. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry. So
No.
now you have saved it. See, it is showing m_test is valid. You can see the notifications here.
Okay.
Okay, maybe if you are connecting wrongly, or maybe your syntax is wrong, going forward you will have n number of transformations, right? Maybe whatever the logic you are putting, maybe if it is out of syntax, then it will show it as a invalid, and then
Invalid map.
the message also why it is invalid, and all. Going forward you will see all. Okay, so
Okay.
we are done with the mapping designer. We created a mapping. Then the next tool is workflow manager. Okay,
Okay.
now go to workflow manager, right click, connect, go to here, or else if you see right here, see there is a icon.
Yeah. W.
Yeah, W. If you click on W, automatically it will be connected to the workflow manager, and it will be connected to the same folder, because already we have connected and opened. We are connected to batch 77, right? So it will be automatically open the same folder here.
Okay.
Okay. Now here what we are going to do. So here also we are going to have a task developer and workflow developer. Here also same. See, this we will call it as a navigator, because you can change from one area to another area, and this is the notifications, and this is your work area. In the same way, in the workflow manager also, you are going to have the navigator, then notifications window, then work area.
Work.
So forget about task developer and workload designer. Workflow designer. In the workflow manager, what we are going to do? We are going to create a workflow. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is the purpose of workflow? Now, workflow, we are trying to provide all the connections and everything in the workflow manager, right? Now here in the workflow manager, first go, see there is a relational FTP application loaders and all. Okay. So click
Okay.
relational connection. Then you are going to create a Oracle relational database connection here, or you can create a ODBC connection.
Okay.
Okay, here if I click, already it's a created one. If you click, so simply it is going to open a window. Then you are going to provide a name for it. What is the connecting string? See here we are going to call it as a, first we are going to create one time activity, connecting strings. Okay, then we are going to create a workflow.
Okay.
So what is the purpose of connecting string? In the connecting string, see it is going, we are going to provide the database user ID and the connecting string name. What is the database name and everything. Okay. Now
Okay.
also see here I am going to create another mapping actually. So already I have one mapping, right? If I want to create, you can create another mapping. Simply just I am using it as copy as. So m_score you can give some other name. See, I have two mappings here. If you want to open another mapping, see, just drag and drop.
Okay.
Okay, or else you can already, if it is open, right, you can select from here to here, you can change. Or if it's a new one, simply you can drag and drop. That will be automatically closed and the new one will be opened. Okay, now go to workflow manager. Here I am going to create a workflow. The name of the workflow is workflow underscore the naming standards in the real time will be like WF underscore, whatever the business name, sales or finance or marketing, whatever it may be, order details. Here, what is my intention? I am trying to load data from a source to target, right? For this mapping, I have given a name as m_score backup test, right? So here also I am going to give the similar name m_score test, workflow_ test, because I am trying to execute a mapping. The mapping name is m_score test, so I will try to create the same one here. Click OK. So workflow is created. Whenever you are creating a workflow, initially you will have a start button.
Okay.
Simply the workflow is nothing but executable code of your mapping. So let me create this. You will understand. Now here, what is workflow actually? Here we are going to create a workflow. What is workflow? A workflow means set of tasks. What is task? What is task? Let's say I'm giving a task to you. What does it mean? Set of instructions. Okay. So here I am going to create a workflow. Workflow may have n number of tasks.
Okay.
Each task will have different instructions. We can give different instructions. So here if you go see, whenever I am creating here, right, whenever we created workflow, there is a tab here, tasks.
Okay.
Here you will see the create option. See, if you go, these are the n number of tasks we have: session, command, decision, event wait, event raise, email, timer and all. Let's say if I go with a simple task called email, the task name will be, you can give anything, email_123 or whatever it may be. This is one task actually. What is task? Task is nothing but set of instructions. So in the email task, what you can give, what is the purpose of email task? I want to send email notification to someone. For this, I'm going to use a email task. In the email task, what you will do, you are going to give, you are going to provide instructions. So if you go, if you right click and edit this email task, here you can go and you can add properties. See, this is general tab. Then you will have the properties. Then in the properties you can provide info.sampath@gmail.com, your mail ID. Then subject hi, email text hello, whatever it may be. Click OK. Then you are going to provide. See, if you go to task, there is an option called link task, or here also we have a shortcut. You can connect from here to here. So this is one workflow. It has a task called email. In the email task, what we are doing, we are giving set of instructions. Now, if you go on, if you execute this, what it is going to do, it is going to send email notification as per your instructions. Okay. So like this, we have n number of tasks. 9 to 10 tasks we have. Everything we are going to discuss one by one. Okay. Now, what is your job? Now, what is your expectation? I am trying to load data from a source to target. For this, I have a mapping. Now, I need to execute that mapping. Right? Yes. So, delete this task. I don't want to deal with this task now. Okay. Now, go and create another task called session. Okay. Now, the naming of the sessions, right? It always starts with s_score, whatever the name. Okay. Now, I want to execute a mapping. The mapping name is test, right? So I will try to provide the same name, s_score test. Okay. Then create. Okay. Then create. See, whenever I am trying to click on create, it is showing the list of mappings available in the same folder.
Okay. You
Means,
need to choose Yamand's
yes,
test.
means without mapping you cannot create a session.
Okay.
Because first we should have a mapping. If you see our yesterday's discussion, first you should have a empty pipeline, then only we can connect, right?
Yes.
First we should have a mapping, just source, target, and connecting from source to target, each and every column. It's a empty pipeline. Now we are going to create a session on top of your mapping. Now select your mapping. My mapping is m_score test. Click OK. Done. So it is created here. Okay. Now as usual, you need to connect from start button to your task.
Okay.
Okay. Now if you open this session, right, if you want to open any task, right, you can right click and you can edit, or simply you can double click, it will be open. Okay. Here I told you, right, a task means set of instructions. Here we have n number of options. Okay. Forget about all. We are going to see one by one with the real-time examples going forward. Now we have different tabs. Forget about all this. Go to mapping tab. If you see mapping tab, see here it is showing us sources and targets already.
Yes.
Because whenever we are creating a session, we are tagging to a mapping, right?
Yes.
What is the mapping? Mapping is set of object. What are the set of objects? You are going to have your source, you are going to have your target, and you are going to have a number of transformations.
Yes.
All those will be available here because already you have tagged it to your mapping, right? So now here under sources we are seeing SQ_EMP. What is SQ_EMP? This is the SQ_EMP. For each source, whenever you are dragging, automatically you are getting a source qualifier, right? So the name is SQ_EMP. Here it is showing SQ_EMP. So where is your SQ_EMP? What is the database? What type of database are we dealing? How to communicate with the database? Now this database is there in the Oracle database. Go and connect to the Oracle, select. Let's say if it is in Teradata database, or maybe if it is a DB2 database, select and create a DB2 connecting string, right? Create a DB2 connecting string and then select, assign that connecting string to this particular source.
Yeah.
Maybe here it's there in the Oracle database. I am connecting. In the coming to target also, here also it's there in the Oracle database. I am selecting. Maybe if it is a different database, maybe if it's a file or maybe different database here, you can go there and you can create the whatever the connecting string you want. You can connect.
Okay.
Connect. Click OK. Apply. Click OK. Now save this. See, it is also valid. Okay. Now if you want, you can go and you can connect to one of the schema. Yesterday I told you, right, as part of Informatica installation, the system tables will be created, and then the set of system tables we are calling it as a repository, right?
Yes.
Now if you go on, if you query your repository tables, like select star from OPB_ mapping. How many mappings we have created?
3. We have created 2, right?
2 only. Here also only 2 mappings, but here it is we will have the versioning concept actually. Because of that, maybe you are seeing different no, we have, see, I will tell you why we are having 3. If you see m_score test, the mapping name is same, the mapping ID is different, or subject ID is different. What is subject ID? If you see yesterday's table, select star from OPB_subject. How many folders we have? How many folders we have? 3 folders.
3.
For batch 77, the subject ID is 4. For sales, subject ID is 3. Sampath, subject ID is 2. Remember
2.
remember this. Now go to your mapping table. If you see, this mapping is in subject ID 4. These two means subject ID is nothing but batch 77.
But 7, okay.
Someone, they can create same mapping in different folder, right? You are a developer in batch 77. Maybe I am a developer in sales folder. I can have same name, right?
Oh, so other one is from different folder.
Yes,
It
different
is the
folders.
API.
The subject ID is 2.
Okay.
In the same way, see, yesterday I am telling, right, whatever you do, you are going to import a source definition. It will have a entry in one of the table. Each and every click will have a entry in the repository tables. Okay, so like this you can play with all these tables. It's a backend metadata actually. So forget about, you are not going to do anything in a real time with this. Maybe if you are an informatic admin, or maybe if you are into that level, then you may involve. Just I'm trying to now go to here. You are done with the creation of workflow and everything. Now you can execute your job.
Start work.
Start workflow, or you can start task or start workflow from task. See, informatic, I told you, right, a workflow is a set of tasks. I have a session, then if you want, you can go ahead and you can add one more task like email. It will run in sequence. A workflow is a set of tasks. Session is one type of task. I'm trying to execute a mapping. Once that mapping is done, I want to send a mail to business.
Okay.
Or you can run in parallel also. So like this, in a workflow, maximum we can have 256 sessions, 256 tasks. In the complex mappings, right, you are going to have 50, 60 sessions, one after another. The dependency, so like this you are going to have. We'll see going forward the complex one. Now save. Now you can start your workflow. Are you clear? You want me to start? Before starting, if you go on, see your source table has 14 records. And if you see, your target table has 0 records. Clear?
Yeah.
Now I am going to start workflow. Automatically it will open the monitor. Okay. Here also you will have the notifications and everything. If you want, you can close it. Yes. See, it is succeeded. Okay. Now I want to see the statistics. I don't want to see. If you click here, get session log. If you click on your session and if you open, you will get the log file. But instead of opening log file, right click and get run properties. Automatically you will have one more window here. Getting? If you click on get run properties, you will get here. If you see, this is your instance name, this is your task type session, what is the integration service name, where it is running, the backend nodes, start time, end time, it is succeeded or not, 14 records and 14 records. Successful. Okay. So like this, you can go source and target. Here you will get more clarity actually. Source record, how many? 14. How many target? Affected 14. If you have any rejected, 2, 12, like this, the count will vary. Okay. Now. Okay, got it. Yeah. Now go on, select you, query your target table. All 14 records loaded successfully. Okay. Okay. So like this, you can communicate with any of the source databases and you can load it into any of the target databases. Target. Okay. This is very basic mapping today. So the steps involved here is, in the mapping designer, we are going to develop a mapping. To develop mapping, see, Here the two key points is we are going to create DSN in the source analyzer and we are going to create connecting string in the workflow manager.
Workflow manager.
The purpose of DSN is to import the structure of the table, not the data.
Okay.
Just we are going to import the structure box. Coming to workflow manager, in the runtime, see when you are executing your job, as I told you, right, all your the whatever the mapping, workflow, session, settings, everything you have developed, it's there in the repository tables, right?
Yes.
When you are executing your workflow, integration service is a standalone system till execution. Whenever you are executing, integration service will come into the picture. It will communicate with the repository services and repository services internally communicates with the repository. You are starting a workflow called WF underscore test. It has a component called session. Session internally pointing to a mapping. And in the session settings, we have provided one connecting string. In the target, we have provided another connecting string details. Based on those information, your integration service will communicate with your source database and it will get the data and it will load data into your target database. All
Database.
happening based on your connecting string information only. DSN is to just to import definitions of your data tables.
Source domain.
Clear?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now simply we'll create another mapping. Or see, a workflow is a set of tasks, right? Now let's say I'm going to execute the job again. If you want, you can start workflow from here, or if you want, you can start workflow from the monitor itself directly. Okay? Restart. See, let's say I'm going to do restart. Again, it will be executing. It is going to extract again same set of 14 records from source and again it will be loaded into your target. Now if you go and if you query your target table, how many records you will have? You are going to have 28 records.
14. Oh, okay. We are restarting the
loaded with 14, right?
Yes, got it.
Now, whenever I am loading data, right, I don't want to see the existing data. Just truncate and load. That is my requirement. How to do? See, all these instructions we are going to do a set of instructions in the task. Go open your workflow, right click, edit, go to mapping tab. There is a target right here. We have provided only connection string. Now if you see here, there is an option called truncate target table option.
Okay.
If you enable simply before, what it will do, right? Integration service as per your settings, it will do whatever you want, then it will load data. So you are selecting this, right? Truncate target table option. So every time before loading data into your target table, see now I did some changes, then again you have to save it.
Oh, okay.
Automatically the backend repository tables will be updated. If you go and see, it's a very if you go and see here the number of options you have, right? Different options, number of columns you have, right? Whenever you are changing one option, automatically the values will be changed here based on your settings. To understanding those values and all, it's like a understanding of repository. It's a very complex one actually. So forget about. So now go and execute. Again, it will be loading only 14 records. But all the existing data will be truncated because of your setting. As per client requirements, we will play with the options. No good.
Okay. If we don't set that option and restart the same workflow, they are going to load again the same data, right?
Again, and maybe if your target table is defined with primary key, right, it will fail stating that primary key is violated.
Oh, okay.
Because on my target table, I don't have any keys defined. Okay.
Okay.
Everything we'll see going forward one by one. So it's an Informatica very user-friendly tool. The only thing what you have to do is, it's a tool, right? We are going to have n number of options. You have to do
Yes.
lot of practice actually. So from my end, 1 hour class and 2 hours practice is enough. If you are going to spend max 45 to 60 hours, you can settle your life.
Okay.
Because that's how I prepared the course. How what type of interview questions you will get and everything. I'm very much familiar. So
Mhm.
only thing is you need to do whatever the exercises we are doing on daily basis. Because it's
Sure.
not easy when you are opening, right? How to import, how to import, how to connect, all this will have a lot of issues. Initially you have to do practice. It's like a running a new vehicle. Maybe even though you are expert, when you are changing your vehicle, right, it's get time to get
Yeah.
familiar with all the options. Where is the start button and where is so it's like same thing. You have to do more practice. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So any questions?
No. Clear.
Okay. So if you have time, I will continue for another 10 to 15 minutes, or we can start tomorrow. One hour is
Yeah. No problem. You can continue. Like if you are free, you can continue. There's no problem.
okay. So just I will try to create another mapping.
Okay.
The mapping name is m underscore. This is our
And
first mapping actually. The name is filter.
okay.
Okay. For this also the source will be employee. And coming to
Mm-hmm.
targets, right? I am trying to import new definitions from the database.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't have tables created here. So what happened to my tables? Fine, let me create a table here. So now, as per my requirement, I am planning to
Mm-hmm.
create a table in the database.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and you can create a table, then you can import it. Or else, what I can do is go to your targets. Okay, now go ahead and create a table here. See, there is an option create.
Oh.
So it's a vice
Okay.
versa. See, the structure is available in the database. You can import it, or now I
You
am
can create.
create a Oracle database, Oracle table.
Mm.
See, different databases will have different structures, right? So you have to select
Yeah.
type of table. It's a Oracle. Maybe you can give the table name as XYZ. This is a table. Then right click, edit. You can go to columns. You can go ahead and add columns. Whatever the column
Mm-hmm.
name, then the data type. Okay. So like this, apply. Okay. Now let's say I don't want to have this. It's a confusing, right? If you want, you can clear this, clear from the workspace.
Okay.
If you delete from the folder, right, it will be deleted. Just I'm going to clear from the workspace. It will be here. Again, if you want, you can drag and you can drop.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, now you have a table structure here. Just save it.
Mm-hmm.
Simply just I created a required structure here, but actual structure is not available in the database, right? Now select this table, go to target. There is an option generate and execute SQL.
Okay.
Click here. It is going to ask you connect. See where you are planning to create this table. I am planning to create in so and so database. So connect. Then provide your user ID and password, connect. So I have connected to my database. Then create table option. Okay, with primary key or without primary key, you can select all these. Then there is a option C, generate SQL file or edit SQL file or execute SQL file. Okay. Generate SQL file. See, here it is going to create a file is created in the backend. If you want, click on edit SQL file. This is the DDL for this table. You can simply copy and you can go to database and you can execute. Same table you are creating in the backend, or else simply you can create execute SQL for instead of all these steps, simply one step, generate and execute. If I click here, it's going to generate a file and that file will be executing onto the database directly. Simple. Do you want to override the content? Yes. Click OK. See, the file is created and SQL statement is executed. Now go to database and try to see the table. Select Stockton XYZ. See, the table is created.
New field. Yes.
Okay. So like this you can play with. Then I'm going to create. So let's start tomorrow. Maybe it's going to take another half an hour. Fine, we'll start.
Okay.
Okay. So Informatica software is available, right? For you, I think it's there in your mission, right?
Yeah, it is available. Yes, it is available.
Okay, fine. And also try to download GoToMeeting. It's easy for you.
Yeah, I'll do that for
Okay.
tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.